get a look at this yoke. The Mellif cordless multi-tool. 20 volt brushless motor multi-tool with a 5-year warranty. Let's check this thing out. Decent enough box to start off with. Blow molded plastic. Now this is a full kit from Mellif to get you up and running. So you got your multi-tool, charger, battery, loads of cutters as well, and a little side handle. So basic little charger. She's not a fast charger, but that'll help keep your batteries for longer. Slow chargers are sometimes better. A nice little cordless multi-tool. The exact same one with Makita compatible batteries, and it is a fantastic wee machine. These ones here comes with the Mellif battery, but these are actually Dewalt compatible, so you can use your Dewalt batteries with this your machine, or use this battery with Dewalt tools. That is a nice little machine, and a lovely sound of it as well, not too loud. 6 variable speeds. What I really like about these things is, just like the big brands, they have a quick release mechanism as well. But unlike some of the big brands, they think of your comfort as well. I don't know if you've ever done this before, the multi-tool. She really stings when that gets you. Mellif, always looking after you. Little quick release tabla stops it from coming down on top of your fingers. Such a simple but very thoughtful little feature from Mellif. Decent machine. Comes with a little side handle as well, just to make it even easier to use. And on top of that, loads of cutters. Look at this. Mouse pads, rounds, metal cutting, small heads, files, Japanese sawtooth, every bit you're going to need for getting you up and running. Let's give this thing a wee tear down and see what it's like inside, and give it a test out. So you don't need that. I don't need the box. Now, when it comes to batteries, if you're looking to get cheaper ones instead of going for the big brand Dewalt ones all the time, I don't think you're going to get a better one than these. Look at the quality inside of this thing. For a cheaper battery that's Dewalt compatible, there's not much wrong with this thing. Actual lock button snapped into the case itself so it doesn't fall out. Look at this for a battery pack. Not your normal cheap and cheerful lithium battery. Decent proper brand cells. 2 amp cells, 18650s. So an actual 4 amp hour battery pack with an actual proper battery management board as well. All balance charged. Wee thermistor up on the top. A good quality lithium battery pack. Nothing wrong with that. Even has a little bit of silicone up on the board for the chips to make sure it's actually safe in the wet as well. That is a decent quality battery that doesn't cost the earth if you're trying to save a couple of pounds. You know what everybody's trying to look for? Cheaper brand batteries. If you don't want to go out and buy the Dewalt ones, do check these things out. There's not a thing wrong with that. Plus the casing is actually really tough as well, and rubber coating on the bottom too. So it's not just your normal cheap and cheerful low quality battery pack. That there is actually quite good. They're able to keep them nice and cheap because they do these for different brands. So they have a Makita version and a Milwaukee version as well. All with different batteries and different tools, but they're all the exact same. Same insides, it's just the case. Not even the whole case. It's just the top of it that's different. The rest of the tools are the exact same, so they're able to get higher quantities or higher numbers of products sold. That's the exact same, just the different tops and different battery connectors down here. So you can sell more of them and keep the price nice and low. So if you're looking for decent off-brand batteries, check them ones out. Now, let's get onto the little multi-tool and see what this is like. First off, it's the actual pin. Obviously that can come out. But just like most brands, there's not going to be much up inside of here you're going to dismantle. Any brands are going to be the same. Normally the heads are just one piece. Now, that's not to say that you're able to buy the spare parts for these Mellif ones. They're cheap and cheerful tools. You're not going to get any spare parts for them. So if you need a part, if it breaks, you're not going to get anything. But for the price of these things, it's not really going to matter. This whole kit probably costs less than one big Dewalt battery. The LED light, a little bit basic up on top, but I suppose there's nothing wrong with it. It's going to do the job. What have we got inside? Look at that. Not a bad setup at all. You get an actual whole brushless motor unit actually screwed on to the head itself instead of just sitting floating. That's a solid setup there. And you got a nice controller that runs your brushless motor with an actual aluminium heatsink on the bottom. All potted up in here to keep it nice and watertight. And you got your standard micro switch down here for actually switching it on and off, and your wee variable speed trigger down the bottom. And of course, what makes them compatible with other brands is just the different bases then that can be fitted on. So these Mellifs are all the same. These wee Mulitools, that's all one piece. Every single one of these, no matter what brand, is the exact same. So it's only these that's actually different. All the rest of it's the same. They just change the battery tenor and the base to fit different brand of batteries. So you can fit the Dewalt like this one, the Makita one, the Milwaukee. Different brands for the exact same tool just by changing these three parts. So they're able to sell more of these units for different brands. It keeps the cost of these way down. Actual little contained motor unit, all one piece. Nice smooth action inside, decent stator. Be a little rotor inside of there with neodymium magnets. Plenty of grease up on the top. There's an actual rounded bearing too. An actual multi-tool, because of the way it works, needs a rounded shaft. Very cheap ones are just going to have a plain standard bearing stuck on the end of it. It's not very good, it doesn't give a very smooth action. These Mellif ones have the proper rounded outer race, the proper bearing for the job. Not cheap to buy and not easy to get either. So nice to see they have the right ones fitted. The aluminium head is actually aluminium. Solid aluminium block look. Painted black, nearly looks like plastic. But that is all solid aluminium and not light on the grease either. So inside it's just a steel shaft with this here end attached onto it, and up here there's just a little pickle fork at the top that just goes back and forth. As it goes back and forth, it just moves this little head. Very simple mechanism. Every brand works the exact same way. This bearing on top of the motor then, as it spins, it's just offset. So as it goes round, it goes in elliptical motion. So as it's spinning round and round, it's just moving this back and forth. Very simple setup. The same setup as every other brand. That's how they all work. A very nice machine at not too bad a price. So now let's stick her back together again and give her a wee test out. Sign of a good tool is if it goes together nice and easily. And this thing's going together very easily. Not so bad. Let's give this thing a test out. Plenty sandpaper sheets anyway. It'll be a while till you need to buy more. Nice. That is a nice bit of kit. A full 18 volt brushless multi-tool Dewalt kit for less than the price of a Dewalt 6 amp battery. Even the blades of them are quite decent. It's expecting them to just round over and go blunt straight away. Nothing wrong with them things at all. Still sharp, ready for more work. A cheap tool, but most certainly not a bad tool. Mellif 18 volt cordless brushless multi-tool. Dewalt compatible. Well worth a look for the money.